At 2:00 a.m., Archangel Michael warned me. One of your relatives is working against you. Don't let them see you watching this. It was not a coincidence. It was not by chance. This message didn't land on your screen just to fill space or pass time. It arrived like a whisper at the edge of your awareness, a breath of divine urgency in the silence of night. For at 2:00 a.m., a sacred hour when the veil between the earthly and the heavenly thins, Archangel Michael descended with a warning. Not of war in distant lands, not of enemies from afar, but of something far closer, far more hidden, far more dangerous. Yes, a betrayal within the bloodline. While the world was deep in sleep, a revelation was released. A truth too delicate to be shouted, too potent to be ignored. A relative bound to you by blood, but not by loyalty, is working in secret, whispering prayers in your face but curses behind your back, smiling in daylight and scheming in shadow. This message is not for the masses. This message is not for the casual scroller. It is for the awakened, for the spiritually alert, for the chosen ones whose dreams have been disturbed, whose peace have been pierced, whose spirit has whispered, something is not right. This is not paranoia, it is prophecy. This is not fear, it is for warning. The hour of 2:00 a.m. is sacred, for it marks the moment when heaven begins its surveillance of the hidden. It is a time when angels move, when secrets leak, when exposure begins. Archangel Michael, heaven's defender, guardian of the anointed, was dispatched not just with a sword, but with a message. Do not let them know you see. Do not let them know you've heard. Watch in silence, for heaven is speaking. Listen now, not with your ears, but with your spirit. Be still. Be quiet. Do not share this message with anyone, not yet. The one who smiles at your success but burns at your breakthrough must not know you're receiving divine intelligence. This message is a key, and only the spiritually awake will reach for it. Others will scroll past. Others will mock. But you have been marked by the hour. You have been chosen for revelation. Be silent, for heaven is not just watching, it is revealing. Type "I receive the warning" in the comments if you feel this was meant for you. Blessing code 111 is now over your house. He came with a presence that stilled the air, that pushed back the darkness without a single word. Archangel Michael did not enter like a whisper. No, he arrived like a divine flame at 2:00 a.m., the appointed hour of the watcher, a defender, a revealer. When the earth lies silent and the spirits roam restless, Michael appeared to speak not to the crowds, but to you. And the words, though few, were heavy. Do not trust the one whose blood matches yours, but whose spirit rebels against you. That hour, the 2:00 a.m. hour, is no ordinary time. It is the hour when secrets cry out, when spirits shift, when the war is quiet, but the strategy is loud. And it was in that divine hour that you felt it, didn't you? Your spirit stirred. Your sleep broke. Your breath caught. Because heaven interrupted you. Because something unseen was being exposed. Archangel Michael, the appointed protector of God's chosen, came not just with warning but with divine proof. He came with the weight of heaven backing his voice. Not to alarm you, but to awaken you. Not to scare you, but to shield you. There is betrayal in your bloodline. There is sabotage woven into the conversation of someone who calls you family. And though they smile in your face, the heavens have recorded their whispers. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this. Within hours, yes, hours, you felt the atmosphere shift. You noticed the sudden silence in certain texts, the hesitation in their tone. You felt the pull in your gut, the twist in your chest, the shiver that didn't match the temperature of the room. That was the spirit of revelation arriving before your mind could catch up. Heaven never moves without purpose. If you're hearing this now, it's because you were chosen to know. This message was encoded for the awakened, not for the jealous, not for the deceived, not for the ones who weaponize proximity, but for the watchful, the discerning, the sealed, the ones who heaven trusts with divine intel and sacred restraint. You are under watch, but not from the enemy first. You are under heaven's protection. Do not confront. Do not explain. Do not defend. For the trap that was set was seen by God before it was conceived in darkness. Archangel Michael has surrounded you, not just with warning, but with fire, with covering, with truth. Listen to me, this is not the moment to panic. This is the moment to perceive, to walk light, to speak less, to observe everything. Be a spiritual sniper, silent, focused, effective. This moment is not for noise, it is for knowing. Be still, be silent, and most of all, do not let them see you watching this. For if they suspect you know, they will escalate their game. But if you stay quiet, the trap they lay will catch only them. Heaven is watching. Heaven is recording. And heaven has you in the shadow of its wing. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. Lately, the air has felt strange, hasn't it? Not loud, not dramatic, just of. Something shifted, and you can't quite explain it. The same faces, the same voices, but something deeper is misaligned. When they speak, it feels rehearsed. When they look at you, it's not just eyes, it's assessment. You're not imagining this. This is the spiritual unease of betrayal before it fully blooms. They've started asking more questions than usual. Subtle ones. Who were you talking to? Where were you last night? Why didn't you answer your phone? On a surface, innocent. But your spirit recoils. Because you're starting to see it. It's not concern, it's control. It's not interest, it's intel. Someone is trying to map your movements not out of love, but out of hidden threat. That one relative, the one who always claims to support you, who shows up just enough to stay relevant but never really claps when you win. Watch them. Their hands may be clean in public, but their prayers have been poisoned in secret. You felt it, haven't you? That moment when their presence enters the room and suddenly your peace leaves. That is not a coincidence, that is a spiritual alarm. You try to brush it off. You question yourself. Am I being too sensitive? You suspicious? But deep down, you know better. Because your spirit doesn't lie. And Archangel Michael has confirmed what you've been trying to ignore. They're watching you like an opponent, not a family member. And now, everything feels like it's being surveilled. The way they hover around your conversations. The way they go silent when you enter the room. The strange energy shifts when you mention a new opportunity. You've caught them exchanging glances. You've heard their voices drop to whispers when you pass. And it's not just discomfort, it's disruption. Your dreams have changed. Your sleep has shortened. Your energy has dropped. Why? Because your spirit is under silent warfare. But here's the revelation they don't know you know. They still believe you're blind to the games. That's their fatal flaw. Because Michael does know. Michael saw. And now, heaven is moving accordingly. Their plans are being disarmed in the unseen, even as they believe they are advancing. But you must stay still. You must not alert them. His betrayal is spiritual. That's why it hits you in your soul before it shows up in your phone. That's why you feel tired around them but don't know why. It's why you hesitate before replying. Your spirit already read their motive. The tension you feel, the discomfort. It's heaven preparing you to break alignment. It's a sign to withhold access, to close the emotional door. Because every time they enter your space, they extract a piece of your peace. Not anymore. The time for emotional confusion is ending. Archangel Michael has sounded the alarm. What was hidden is being brought to light. Stay silent. Stay alert. And above all, do not let them know you're waking up. Let them believe you're still sleeping. Because soon, they will wake up to the shock of divine exposure. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the Support Here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Subscribe now to receive spiritual insight, divine revelations, and powerful prophetic alerts directly to your heart. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. You must understand this now. This is not just a family issue. This is not just drama. This is not just tension born of jealousy or small disagreements. This is spiritual warfare. What you are facing is not about personalities. It is about purpose. What has risen against you did not originate from a human heart, but from the realm of darkness that sensed your divine assignment long before you fully stepped into it. That is why it came through someone familiar. That is why the betrayal cuts deeper, because it is coded in proximity. You carry something they can't explain. You walk with a light they can't ignore. There is oil on your life, and while they cannot see it in the natural, their spirits twisted, conflicted, and unyielded feel it. They don't know why they dislike you. They don't know why your winds disturb their sleep. They don't know why your growth agitates their comfort. But heaven knows. And now, so do you. This conflict is the confirmation you didn't know you needed. This betrayal is not just pain, it's proof. Proof that the mantle on your life is visible in the unseen. Proof that you are no longer in the season of hiding. This exposure has arrived because you're nearing elevation. What you carry is not light. It is legacy. It is assignment. It is heaven's strategy clothed in human skin. You were never meant to be common. And common people will always attack what they cannot comprehend. You don't talk like them anymore. You don't think like them anymore. Your atmosphere has shifted. That's why the air grows cold when you walk in. Because your spirit disrupts systems. Because your presence irritates the demons they haven't dealt with. But be encouraged. God saw it first. Long before their words were whispered in secret corners. Long before the manipulations. Long before the smiling deceit. Heaven documented every act, every false report, every eye roll in the spirit realm. And that is why Archangel Michael was dispatched. He does not move for small things. He is not summoned for minor annoyances. His arrival is evidence that the fight has reached a higher court. They may have underestimated you, but God did not. They may have tried to bury your voice in gossip, but heaven placed a trumpet in your hand. This battle has nothing to do with weakness, it has everything to do with what you're about to walk into. That's why it had to be someone close. That's why the sabotage had to be personal. Because heaven is using it all. Every wound will be a window. Every tear will be a testimony. Don't you dare shrink back. Don't you dare question your discernment. Don't you dare explain away what your spirit confirmed. This is not a test of logic. This is a test of loyalty to the divine. Will you listen to heaven when it contradicts your heart? Will you trust the revelation when it exposes what you once held sacred? Michael stands now, sword drawn. Ah, for destruction, but for distinction. You are being separated, set apart, protected not just from danger but from delay. And this conflict, it's the shaking that precedes the release. A storm before the stillness. It had to happen because you are being positioned. You're not crazy. You're not imagining things. You're not dramatic. You are chosen. Type I am divinely covered in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 4747 had been released upon your household. This is your moment of preparation, not panic. You have not been left blind. You've been warned. And what Archangel Michael showed in the spirit must now anchor your next 72 hours. Listen closely, they are planning a move. A shift. A confrontation. An act. It may not come with fire and fury, but it will come with subtle sabotage, passive aggression, financial manipulation, or emotional withdrawal. Whatever it looks like, know this: it's already been seen by heaven. In the next few days, the very thing they tried to keep hidden will begin to show itself. Conversations will change. Some invitations will mysteriously stop. You'll notice cold shoulders, cry responses, and sideways glances. But more than that, you'll feel it in your spirit. The veil is lifting. The whispers they thought were private will start to echo in your awareness. Their language will betray them. Your silence will scream. The plot is unraveling. Do not react. Do not confront. Do not cry. Observe. Because the moment you stay still, you activate divine defense. The trap they thought would catch you will catch only them. Every word they utter now is being weighed in heaven's courtroom. Every gesture is being documented. Archangel Michael is not just standing guard, he is collecting evidence. Your job is to remain hidden under the shadow of the Almighty. Do not feed their schemes with your response. Do not water their lies with your energy. Let them believe you're unaware. Let them believe you're still blind. Because the Lord is setting a table, and they will soon watch you eat in victory. They believe they are strategic. They believe they are ahead. But what they forgot is that the Lord revealed it to you in the night, because you are not the target, you are the weapon. What they plan will not prosper. What they whispered will soon return with thunder. Their alliance will break. Your mask will slip. And when it does, you'll be too elevated to even respond. This is divine timing at work. This is exposure, my decree. Don't question what begins to fall apart. Some friendships once thought eternal will crumble. Some financial ties will sever. Some doors will close without notice. But trust this, none of it is by accident. Every change is heaven's orchestration, shielding you from deeper wounds, positioning you for greater access. Yes, there may be emotional pain, but do not let your tears blur your spiritual vision. You are being positioned. You are being preserved. Let them believe you didn't notice. Let them believe they won. Because in silence, you're gathering power, and heaven is gathering receipts. You were warned in the spirit first. That is favor. That is divine priority. That is angelic strategy. Heaven will never let you walk blind into a trap that was built in secret. Archangel Michael was dispatched to tip the scales in your favor, and now the divine countdown has begun. Within 72 hours, something will break. Something will be revealed. Something will be reversed. Stay quiet. Stay covered. Stay obedient. Heaven will handle the rest. Type "I am untouchable" in the comments if you receive this warning. Blessing code 2121 is now encircling you. Now that the warning has been released and the veil lifted, you are not to move as you did before. You are not to speak as you once did. You are not to explain your silence or justify your distance. This is a season of sacred retreat, not from fear but from divine obedience. Archangel Michael's message did not only come to reveal, it came to instruct. And heaven's instruction is this: be still. Be still, for there is a war in the spirit realm, and heaven fights best in silence. The more you say, the more they study. The more you share, the more they scheme. But the less they hear from you, the more heaven moves for you. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. It is power hidden behind restraint. It is fire wrapped in stillness. This is not the time to correct their lies. This is not the time to demand loyalty. This is the time to withdraw. Spiritually, emotionally, socially, to remove your presence without permission, to seal your space without their understanding. You are under divine preservation, and preservation requires separation. Anoint your space. Take the oil, yes, physical oil if you have it, and bless the four corners of your home. Declare out loud, no betrayal shall enter, no darkness shall rest here. Walk the rooms in prayer. Guard your energy. Declutter not only your space, but your spirit. Fast if you must. Journal if you feel led. But do not engage the enemy directly. You are not paranoid. You are being trained in the art of spiritual chess. And in this game, emotional reactions are liabilities. Let your silence be your sword. Let your discernment be your defense. While they plot their next words, you build your next wall of fire through prayer and divine obedience. Heaven will not allow you to fight a battle that has already been scheduled for victory. But you must stay out of the way. Don't try to prove yourself right. Don't try to fix what God is trying to sever. Don't try to be understood by those who have already decided to misunderstand you. Their access must now be limited. Their conversations cut short. Your presence measured. And if they notice the shift, say nothing. Heaven will speak on your behalf. Heaven will respond louder than you ever could. Because this is not about revenge, this is about righteousness. And righteousness is always protected by divine fire. Repeat these protective words every morning. No weapon formed shall prosper. No tongue risen shall stand. No trap set shall spring. I am covered, called, and chosen. Your angels respond to declaration. Your spirit rises through consistency. Do not wait for them to show their hand. You've already been shown the truth. Michael has drawn his sword not to scare you, but to shield you. His wings now stand between you and every unclean agenda. But you must remain behind the shield. That means less talking. That means no retaliating. That means letting go of the need to be seen or celebrated by those who harbor secret envy. You are being hidden for a holy reason. Not because you're being punished, but because you're being prepared. Let your silence build power. Let your restraint confuse the enemy. Let heaven handle what your hands never could. The war has begun, but the victory was sealed before you ever felt the betrayal. Type "I am shielded by heaven" in the comments if this message resonates. Blessing code 5858 is now surrounding your dwelling. Now hear this, and hear it with fire in your bones. You are no longer the easy target. That season has ended. That version of you is no more. The person who used to absorb pain quietly, who tolerated betrayal out of loyalty, who overlooked patterns because of blood ties, that person has ascended. And those who once manipulated you are about to come face to face with the version of you they never expected, empowered, aware, and unshakably anointed. They still believe you're the same, that your silence is weakness, that your distance is confusion. But they've misread you, because your stillness now is power, your quiet is thunder, and your obedience to heaven is more dangerous to their plans than any argument could ever be. You are evolving in silence. You are unfolding in fire. The version of you they knew is gone, and in its place stands a warrior cloaked in discernment. No longer reactive. No longer bending. No longer trying to keep people who were never meant to go with you. They underestimated you. They thought your kindness was blindness. They mistook your love for ignorance. But they forgot one thing: heaven is your witness. And what heaven seals, no man can sabotage. The betrayal they planted was supposed to break you. It was meant to cause collapse. But instead, it became fertilizer for your elevation. Instead of falling apart, you found clarity. Instead of cursing God, you found deeper calling. The fire they meant to consume you has only refined you. You are not fragile. You are forged. You are not helpless. You are holy. You are not overlooked. You are overprepared. And now, it's time to walk like it. Stand taller. Pray louder. Move wiser. They cannot grasp what God has grown in your absence. Your wings have formed. Your roar is building. And no amount of gossip or sabotage can mute the sound of your rising. Repeat this aloud right now. I am not who I was. I have grown. I have seen. I have been chosen. And I will not bow again to false peace. Let your own voice testify to your transformation. You've outgrown manipulation. You've outlasted sabotage. And now, you are outshining every lie spoken over your name. You owe them no explanations, only elevation. Your enemies will watch what they tried to bury rise in glory. They will see that their rejection was your redirection, that the exit they forced was heaven's escape route, that the betrayal they initiated was your birth into destiny. You are no longer surviving betrayal. You are rising from it. And the higher you go, the smaller their voices become. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your support fuels these messages and empowers us to reach more lives. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Subscribe for more divine insight and spiritual preparation. Heaven has more to say and you're ready to hear it. Type I have risen in the comments if this word confirms your spirit. Blessing code 3030 has now been activated in your life. Let the heavens open now and let the truth descend like lightning. This betrayal is not your undoing. It is your unlocking. What feels like destruction is divine construction. What looks like separation is sacred strategy. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. This shaking, this unveiling, this exposure, it is a divine cut. A soul tie, once permitted, now terminated by heaven. The connections that once comforted you are now the very cords choking your purpose. But fear not, for Archangel Michael has come with fire to sever what no longer serves your elevation. The truth is this: your assignment requires a cleaner atmosphere, and heaven has moved to make it so. This is the prophecy released over you. Heaven is causing a holy separation. Not because you're weak, but because you're ready. Not because you did something wrong, but because you've outgrown where you've been. A betrayal had to come through someone close because it was the only way you'd let go. You wouldn't have walked away on your own. So heaven had to provoke it. Listen, beloved soul, this is divine mercy in disguise. The one who turned on you. The one who whispered against you. They were never aligned with your future. They were assigned to your old self, the version of you that needed validation, that needed belonging, that didn't yet know the power of solitude. But now you know. And because you know, the heavens are responding. Doors are opening. Assignments are shifting. A new realm is being revealed. The very moment they turned their back on you, heaven turned its full face toward you. Were men rejected, but redirected. Were man accused, God anointed. What they meant as shame, heaven is converting into a platform of divine vindication. Hear the revelation now. Your name has been whispered in both realms. The kingdom of darkness recognized your anointing before you did. And heaven has been speaking your name in sacred rooms you haven't entered yet. You are the topic of divine meetings. You are the reason angels have been dispatched. You are the purpose behind sudden shifts, unexplained delays, and divine redirections. Everything makes sense now. The sudden losses, the strange transitions, the uncomfortable silences. They weren't abandonment. They were alignment. You couldn't take certain people into your next chapter. They would have contaminated what God is constructing. So heaven cut them off before they could contaminate your calling. Michael says, this is not retaliation. This is reformation. God is reforming your circle, refining your assignment, and restoring your clarity. And though it feels lonely now, it is sacred. It is order. It is holy. You are being set apart for something mighty, something majestic, something massive. The shaking wasn't to destroy you, it was to destroy what was hindering you. The prophecy over your life is bigger than what you've seen, bigger than what they know, bigger than what they tried to contain. And now the revelation is this: the higher calling requires a higher clarity. Heaven has cleared your path because you're about to walk into places they could never fit. You're about to speak in rooms their jealousy would have infected. You're about to rise in ways their presence would have suffocated. So now embrace the separation. Let the cords fall. Let the silence remain. Let the false support dissolve. Because what's coming next demands your full capacity. And it's on the way. Type I receive the revelation in the comments if this word confirms your process. Blessing code 6262 is now unfolding in your atmosphere. Omen 9. Destiny activation 700 words. This is the moment. Right now. With your heart open and your spirit aligned, heaven is waiting on your agreement. The shift has been revealed. The betrayal has been confirmed. The lies have unraveled. But now, your next season hinges on one thing: your response. Speak it. Declare it. Activate it. Say it out loud. I am ready for what heaven wrote about me. You've stayed silent long enough. You've endured in quiet, fought without fanfare, cried where no one could see, but now, your voice must rise. Because what you say next will shape what God sends next. Archangel Michael has done his part. He has revealed the threat, protected the calling, and severed the ties. But now, you must respond with faith. Heaven needs your voice in agreement with your destiny. Not your doubt, not your fear, not your trauma. Your agreement. You see, silence protected you. But now, your voice will crown you. This is not the season to stay hidden in a healing. This is the moment to rise from the ashes and walk like one who hath been called, covered, and commissioned. Heaven is ready, but the gates will not open until your mouth releases the sound of alignment. Write the vision. Make it plain. Move your feet. Build the thing. Speak the business. Launch the ministry. Forgive the offense. Begin again. Because this time, you're not doing it surrounded by sabotage, you're doing it under divine seal. Don't shrink to make them comfortable. Don't dim your fire to avoid their gossip. They already talked. They already judged. They already left. So what's stopping you now? You owe it to your future self to obey heaven. You owe it to your assignment to walk fully in it. Say yes. Say it with your chest. Say it with your pen. Say it with your actions. Say it with your steps. This is not about emotion, it's about elevation. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to say yes. Because heaven has already cleared the space. The betrayal created the vacancy. The exposure made room for expansion. And now it's yours if you claim it. Let no man say you were not warned. Let no demon say you hesitated. Let no season pass without your obedience being documented in heaven's scroll. Rise now. Move now. And read now. Because what you release in faith, heaven will respond to in favor. If you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Be sure to subscribe for more prophetic content, powerful teachings, and divine strategies that activate your purpose. Type yes to destiny in the comments if this message aligns with your spirit. Blessing code 3333 is now accelerating your steps. There are things happening right now, yes, in this very moment that your natural eyes cannot see. There are meetings convening in the courts of heaven. There are documents being sealed with divine ink. There are angelic instructions being dispatched on your behalf. While they slumber in ignorance and arrogance, while they continue on as if nothing has changed, heaven is in motion for you. Hear this clearly. What you do not see is more real than what you do. You are not alone. You are not unguarded. You are not uncovered. There is a silent exchange in the spirit realm, and it's happening right now because of what Archangel Michael saw, because of what he revealed, because of what he reported before the throne of God. The tears you cried in silence. Heaven documented everyone. The sleepless nights. The ache in your chest when you had to pretend nothing was wrong. That was not overlooked. That was not ignored. While you cried, heaven recorded. While you prayed, angels responded. While you stayed silent under betrayal, heaven was orchestrating justice with precision. Do not mistake silence for inactivity. What is quiet in the earth is roaring in the spirit. They thought you were still. But stillness is not surrender. Your silence was not weakness, it was sacred strategy. Every time you chose peace over petness, obedience over reaction, surrender over vengeance, you activated higher levels of angelic warfare. And now, there is an exchange underway. Michael stands in full armor, not with mere observation, but with a sword sharpened in the fire of divine justice. Assignments are being shifted. Your case has been reviewed. And now, what was lost is being redirected, or even better, returned. That opportunity you missed because of their interference. It's being replaced. The time you wasted trying to explain your worth is being redeemed. That energy you spent trying to make peace with jealous hearts, it's being restored sevenfold. There is divine compensation in motion. Heaven's economy does not forget what was stolen. And now, what you sowed in silence is coming back in power. Promotion is being signed off. Vindication is on the wings. Your name is being whispered in the mouths of people who carry influence. They don't know you, but they will. Not because of marketing, not because of networking, but because of prophetic positioning. You must understand this. They tried to curse you in secret, but heaven is blessing you in broad daylight. And they won't be able to stop it. They won't be able to copy it. They won't be able to compete with it. Because this move, it wasn't earned by merit, it was appointed by prophecy. You were targeted because of your covering. You were betrayed because of your assignment. But now, you are rising because of your faithfulness. And no amount of denial, delay, or deceit can reverse what heaven has already declared. The spiritual realm is shifting. The angelic realm is stirring. And the favor that's coming next is not a response to man, it's a response to God's covenant with you. You are the evidence that obedience pays off. So wait a little longer. Stay hidden just a little while more. The exchange is not finished yet. What was promised is being signed. What was blocked is being broken open. What was withheld is being released. And the next time they look at you, they'll see the glow of one who has been touched by heaven and protected by fire. Type "I believe" in the silent move of heaven in the comments if this word confirms your spirit. Blessing code 7171 is now active over your life. This is the moment they never saw coming. This is the hour the enemy feared. The very plot they crafted, the one designed in darkness, whispered over wine, executed in silence, it has backfired. Not because you fought it, not because you exposed it, but because heaven intervened. Spiritual justice is not like earthly justice. Earth looks for proof. Heaven sees intent. Earth demands evidence. Heaven judges motive. Earth may delay the verdict, but heaven's justice is immediate in the unseen and unavoidable in the appointed time. The pit they dug for you, it is their grave now. The snare they set for your feet, they've walked right into it. The lies they spread, the slander they fueled, the deception they danced in has returned upon their own heads. This is not cruelty. This is divine reversal. God is not mocked. What a man sows he reaps, and what they sowed in secret will now bloom in public, but not as they expected. For while they were sowing dishonor, God was planting your promotion. While they were designing a downfall, heaven was drafting your elevation. Hear this. The people they lied to will soon become the ones who defend your name. The audience they tried to poison will become witnesses to your promotion. The doors they tried to close will reopen under new authority, and your name will be on the key. Justice is here, not in the form of revenge, but in the form of recompense. You are going to recover time, energy, vision, finances, opportunities. Every resource that was blocked, drained, or delayed is now being rerouted to your destiny path. You are going to look back and realize that nothing was lost. It was only postponed for protection. Let your soul rest. Let your heart release the weight. God never blinked. He never ignored it. He was simply stacking favor for the fullness of time. And the time has come. Now the reversal begins. They will see the hand of God on you, not just in your survival but in your surpassing. They will witness that what they tried to destroy has multiplied, that what they tried to mute has become a message, that the one they push away is now walking in power. Divine math is different. One betrayal brings tenfold favor. One exile brings sevenfold visibility. One rejection births legacy. They threw you out, thinking it would silence you. But all they did was launch you into your next dimension. Now heaven is shouting your vindication. The winds are shifting. The records are being reversed. The judgment is rendered. And you, child of light, are stepping into everything they said you weren't qualified for. They will see it. They will remember what they said. And they will know that heaven never sleeps on the anointed. Do not gloat. Do not boast. Just rise. Quietly. Boldly. Powerfully. Because vengeance belongs to the Lord, and He has ruled in your favor. Type "justice is mine" through God in the comments if this word confirms your spirit. Blessing code 8181 is now releasing recompense over your name. You have heard the warning. You have witnessed the unveiling. You have walked through the shaking, the silence, the separation. And yet you are still here. Stronger. Clear. Bolder. You were warned because you were watched over. You were awakened because you are anointed. And you will win because heaven has already written your victory into the scrolls of destiny. Tonight, rest your mind. Quiet your spirit. Let the war of questions melt into the peace of knowing. You are sealed. You are covered. You are kept. Angels have taken their positions. The sword of Archangel Michael is drawn. The boundaries have been established. The verdict has been spoken. Let no fear linger. Let no doubt remain. You are not waiting for favor, you are already in it. You are not hoping for recovery, it has already begun. You are not begging for restoration, it's already on the way. Now breathe. Deeply. Fully. Heaven has not forgotten you. Heaven has not forsaken you. You were chosen. You were trusted. You were selected for this level of spiritual insight because heaven knew you would not waste it. You are stepping into a divine upgrade, one that betrayal could not block, one that slander could not shrink, one that demonic opposition could not prevent. Walk in it now. Speak with authority. Move with purpose. Choose peace without apology. Love without limit. Build without fear. Because you are sealed, seen, and sent. Archangel Michael didn't come to just warn you, he came because heaven trusts you. With revelation. With responsibility. With restoration. Your name is known. Your path is clear. Your future is sacred. Now go forth. In silence, in strength, in certainty. And when they ask what changed, you will smile and say, I was warned. I was protected. I was awakened. Type "I am sealed" for victory in the comments if this message has completed your confirmation. Blessing code 9090 is now resting on your house.